In this video, we'll go over using breakout rooms for independent work time for students. We'll go over the topics of using that breakout room for independent work time, the different breakout settings, how to join one student, how to broadcast a message, and how to bring students back to whole class.
This video is to go over how to use breakout rooms to go from direct instruction to independent student work time and then bring students back whole group. As you can see, I'm in the classroom as a teacher and there are 3 students. Obviously, you'll have more students than that. And so let's say you just finished teaching to the whole class a 15-minute lesson on variable equations. You want those students to spend some time working independently, but you don't want to end the Zoom meeting because you want to pull those students back at the end of the period for 5 minutes. You can actually use breakout rooms to do this. Some teachers have decided that they want to schedule a 20-minute or 15-minute Zoom meeting in the meeting and create a end of class meeting with a unique link or even the same link and have students jump back on. And you can do that. But this is a way to do a similar thing without having to end the meeting and know that students will be forced to come back. So you can see I have the teacher and 3 students in the classroom. What I'm going to do is click on breakout rooms. And if you have, say, 30 students, and I'm going to make 30 breakout rooms, which seems like a lot to manage, but you're not necessarily managing it. And I'm going to hit create breakout rooms. You can see it automatically assign the students to random rooms. I'm going to go ahead and hit options. And I'm going to select, I want to move all the participants into breakout rooms automatically, meaning the students can't say no. If you leave that unchecked, they can decline to go into those breakout rooms. So I want to make sure that's checked. If you want students to be able to come back to the main session for help, let's say that you're on, you can check that and they can choose to come back to the main meeting at any time. If you don't want them to be able to come back, meaning that you may step away from your computer, or it's just not an appropriate situation for them to be able to come back when they choose to, leave that unchecked. You can set a time limit. You could say, I'm going to give you guys 15 minutes to work. In 15 minutes, those rooms will close automatically. That's a good feature to have. So I'm going to leave that checked, and it's also going to notify you when that time is up. And then it's just best practice to have a countdown timer after closing the breakout. And a lot of times as teachers, we may give 5 or 10 seconds and even have a countdown. So I'm gonna put that at 10 seconds. So I've done all my options, and I'm gonna go ahead and say open all rooms. You can now see that all the students are moved into different breakout rooms individually. These students can't leave those breakout rooms and come back to the main session, nor can they go to another breakout room. They are in their own room, and they know that they have 11 minutes left before they will be coming back to the main meeting. If you want to join a student, let's say I want to join student 2 in room 5, I just click the join button, and now I'll be able to join that breakout room with that student, and I can help that student one-on-one. When I'm done with that, I can click the leave room. I want to make sure I don't leave the meeting, but just leave the breakout room. And it's going to return me back to the main session automatically in full screen. So I'm going to go ahead and exit full screen. And I want to bring my breakout room menu back up. And I can go into another breakout room. If I wanted to visit breakout room 10 or 11 with the students, I could. I can also broadcast a message to all students, let them know that there's 10 minutes left, or if I've gotten a couple questions from students as I'm popping in individually that seem like a lot of students have the same question, I can answer that question that way. If I wanted to close the rooms early, I just click close rooms early. And now the students see a countdown that says you have 10 seconds left before the breakout rooms are over. And you can see that those students are now coming back to the main session. I can open these rooms again, and it would put the students back in those rooms, and I can change any session that I want to, any option for that session. So once again, this is just a way that you can have one meeting link, give direct instruction, push students out of the main meeting. Best practice is still to mute your microphone if you're not jumping in with breakout rooms with students. You can jump into breakout rooms with students and give them one-on-one help. And then you could bring the entire class back at the end of that lesson. If you have any questions, as always, please reach out to us.